Hey everyone, and welcome back to my WordPress theme development series. In our previous video, we learned how to create to install a web server on our local machine so that we can work on our WordPress theme locally. Now that we've done that and we've installed WordPress to work, as you can see, I'm looking at the home page of our brand new WordPress installation. What we're going to want to do is go into our admin panel, and we want to go to Appearance and Themes. And as you can see, we have 3 themes here. And 2019 is the one that is activated. Obviously, we are going to get rid of all of these themes. But firstly, we need to open up our WordPress theme or our WordPress theme folder within our code editor. Now, I don't know what code editor you use. You might use Notepad++, Visual Studio Code, PHP Storm, Atom, whatever. In this series, I'm going to use Sublime Text. So if you want to follow with me, just go onto Google and do a search for Sublime Text. And if you're using Windows, it works. Just download it for Windows and install it. And then what we want to do is we want to go to the root folder where our project is. So if you go into Laragon and you go to root, it's going to take you automatically to the root folder, which is just C Laragon www. As you can see, we have our WordPress installation here in test, and Sublime Text is installed. As you can see, all the PHP files already associated with our code editor. So what we want to do, I'm going to search for Sublime Text and I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to go to Open Folder. We'll go to the C drive, Laragon, www, test. Then we want to go to our WP content and to our themes folder and select it. As you can see, those 3 themes that we saw in our WordPress installation are there. So we could just go ahead and delete them. And by deleting all 3 of them, you'll notice that it's going to create a bit of an error here, which says the theme 2019 doesn't exist. But that's okay, because we're going to create our own. So to create our own, it's really quite simple. If you go into your code editor and you right click on the themes folder and you click on new folder, which is the folder of what our theme is going to be called. I'm going to call it my theme, but you can call it whatever you want. We'll then hit enter, and that will save that folder within our themes folder. Now that's not all we do, because if we go back and refresh, you'll notice it still doesn't recognize that that theme was created. So every single theme in WordPress is made up of some absolute core files that it needs to even recognize it as a theme. And those 2 files really are index.php. So let's go and create a file called index.php. We don't need to put anything in it, but if you want to know what index.php is, it is the first file that WordPress will load in the template hierarchy, which is what WordPress uses to calls it, which is basically a bunch of templates. And that's pretty much how WordPress works, with just a bunch of templates. And I'm going to run you through them now. But we have to create the core index.php file. And then we need to create a core style sheet. So we'll right click, new file within our theme folder, style.css. That is going to create a basic style sheet within our theme. And then we need to do a comment. So essentially what happens when WordPress loads, it checks the theme folder and it checks within our theme it reads the style.css, and if it meets all of the criteria, it will assume that is a theme and you can activate it. So we're going to do /* which is a comment, and we're going to do theme name, and we're just going to I'll just call it my theme. And then I will do author, and I'll do Mr. Digital. Now you can do whatever you want. And there are tons of other little attributes you can put to this tag, like version, URL, you can put tags and everything you want. But to keep it simple, we'll just do that. If you want to know what else you can put there, I would recommend visiting the WordPress Theme Developer Handbook, which will explain that to you. However, let's just keep it simple, shall we? Whilst we learn. Okay, so we'll save that and we'll go back into WordPress and we'll hit refresh. And as you can see now, that 2019 thing is still there, because that's just a bit of a weird thing because it doesn't exist, but it's there. So don't worry about that. As you can see, my theme is there. So what we can do is hit activate, and there we go. Our theme is activated. If we go and look at it on the front end, there is absolutely nothing there. It's just a blank page. However, it's activated. So now we can start working within it. Cool. So now that we have our basic theme installed and working and activated, as you can see here, we have a screenshot area. And if you've used a WordPress theme before, you know you can put a picture here. All you'd need to do is create a file called screenshot.png. So just create an image, call it screenshot.png. It obviously has to be a PNG file, and then it has to be 1,200 pixels wide by 900 pixels high. And then you can place it within your theme, my theme folder, or whatever the theme is you've called it. And then WordPress will automatically load it within here. So that's pretty much it with the screenshot. Now, if we go back into our code editor, and as you can see, we have index.php, which is the core PHP file of our WordPress theme. And we have style.css, which is required for WordPress to know what it is and what the name of the theme is, etc. Now there are other templates that we need to install or to create so that we can start using WordPress and showing a website on the front end. There's probably about 10 templates that we need to create, and I'll run through them one by one. So the first one, which is a very important one, is called functions.php. Now we're going to create that now. We'll just call functions.php and save it. Now that is essentially a plugin. It is a plugin that comes with the theme, which allows you to plug in all of the functionality you need within a theme. So for example, in your theme, if you wanted to add some CSS like Bootstrap or Bulma or anything like that, you can enqueue it inside your theme instead of physically going into your header and putting in your style sheet tags. If you enqueue it, WordPress automatically and dynamically does it in your header and footer. You can also do hooks with WordPress, and you can use them in functions.php. We'll go through hooks and all of that sort of stuff later. But functions.php is a core component of any WordPress theme, so you definitely want to have that set up. The next one we want to do is the standard page template. So this is the template that WordPress will use whenever a page is visited. Obviously, we can work through that and we can assign specific pages to specific templates to specific pages. But for setting up the WordPress theme, you just want to do page.php. So create that. Then you want to create the single blog post page, or template, which is called single.php. So whenever someone visits a single blog post on your theme, single.php will be the one that loads the page, and you would edit single.php to cater to how you want your design to work. Then we'll create something called archive.php, and archive.php is, as you guessed it, the archive template. So when you have a blog, the archive will be loaded, which will show all of the posts within your blog. So we'll get to that later as well. There's also another one called front-page.php. So we'll just do front-page.php. And this one's a great one because what it does is it automatically attaches itself to the page, which is the home page in your WordPress installation. So for example, if we go back into WordPress, and in our previous video, we went into settings and reading, and we made our home page this page, which is called home as well. As you can see, it is assigned the front page. So what happens is this front page.php template actually automatically loads on the front page. So if we just type in, this is the front page, and hit save, and then we refresh the page, you'll notice that that template gets loaded on the front page. Pretty cool, huh? So we'll save that, we'll get out of that, delete that, and I'm just going to close out of all of these so it's nice and simple. Now let's create a file called search.php, and this is something that will display all of the search results within our WordPress theme. Whenever someone does a search, it will use that template. Then we can use 404.php. Just save that as well. And 404.php is the error page. So if someone visits a page that does not exist, 404.php will be what you use to create that design. Okay, so coming to think of it, we have pretty much the basics for our theme. So what we want to do now is we want to go specifically into our functions.php. And inside our functions.php, we are going to start enqueuing JavaScript and style sheets. So we're going to install Bootstrap into our theme, and we're going to install the Bootstrap JavaScript. And you can take the opportunity now to install any other scripts and style sheets you want in your theme. We'll do that in the next video. See you then.